I think it's so important. I think even having like older players or more experienced players, they really push you a lot. And even in the moment, maybe this is for like the younger ones, but like you might feel like you're rivals with them and you might feel like it might be intense, but then actually like it's so good for you. So maybe like try to see the positive side of that. So yeah, I feel like really grateful that I had all of those players.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Serving Up Trouble. This is a podcast about everything women's table tennis and I'm your host Chloe Island, and this is our last episode of the series before we go on a bit of a break for the summer holidays. During the past few weeks, being at tournaments and being at practice, I've spoken to quite a few people that say that they've been listening to the podcast, have given me their thoughts and opinions, have said that they've been enjoying the show, and it really means a lot to me when people make the effort to come and do that, because you make these episodes in isolation, and I didn't really know if anybody would be that interested, that people would want to listen. It was just something that I really wanted to do, something that I was really passionate about, and something that I thought that I could contribute. So it's really, really lovely that people have been enjoying it, have been coming up to me, having these conversations about the women's game, about the visibility of the women's game and what more could be done. So it's just really exciting, and it's just made me really, really happy. On the table this week, my week in table tennis, I have been thinking about my strength, especially my arm strength. I have quite a heavy bat actually in comparison to other people, and I've kind of noticed that actually the more work that I do on my arm and my other arm, we don't want to be one-sided, but the more kind of weight work that I do, the more flow my shots have, the more ease my shots have. I think my arm does get fatigued quite easy when I'm doing big long rallies or even just like big long training sessions, and instead of getting a lighter bat, because I like the feel of the weight of the bat, I think it helps me to kind of generate power. I don't know if I can really explain that in a better way, but I really like the tangibility of feeling the weight of the bat in my hand. So I think the best way to actually kind of utilize that to its greatest effect is to build up strength in my arms and use my waist and use my legs. So I've been trying to do some exercises that might help with that. Hopefully we might start seeing that pay off on the table sometime soon. My special guest this week, there was really only one way that I was going to end this series, and that is an interview with our England number 1 and 7-time national champion, Tintin Ho. And I'm so happy that Tintin managed to find time in her busy schedule to meet up and to do this interview with me. Tintin is a player that always seems to have a smile on her face, and I just think that's a lovely thing for younger players and, older players to see, when the number 1, the aspirational player, is somebody that really seems to enjoy and love and live the sport that they are a part of. It was really interesting chatting to Tintin about her life, the work-life balance that she's had to do over a course of about, I think it was about 7 or 8 years, when she's been doing her degree, how she's kind of managed that pressure. And I think I really got a good sense of her philosophy around sport and around table tennis. I think she's quite an academically minded person, and I think she's just got a curiosity that she brings to the table. We talk a bit later about what you bring as a person to the table, and listening back to the interview today, I was like, I just feel like she has a real curiosity for everything. She likes the psychology, she likes the physicality, she likes pushing herself to see what she's capable of doing, and I think that curiosity is just a really valuable asset that she brings into the sport, and it's just really unique to her. So I really hope that you enjoy this interview. I loved getting to know Tintin, and if you've been enjoying this podcast over the last 3 months, then please stay to the end, where I'll let you know what's going to be happening with some of the social pages and what might come next after the series has ended. So without further ado, here's my interview with England number 1, Tintin Ho. Oh, hi Tintin, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thanks for having me.
How are you? You've come straight from a training session, so thank you for joining us.
Oh no, it's alright, thanks for having me.
So actually, I wanted to start off with a very important question, because I actually saw on your Instagram that you went to a 21 Pilots Are you a 21 Pilots fan?
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Are you a fan?
I love them. Do you have did you have an emo phase? Is this the emo phase?
No, I didn't think they're actually that emo.
They're not that emo.
I've liked them since like their first or second album, and I think they've got more like rock like towards the as the albums went on. So
That's
no,
true.
It's just my normal phase.
This is your
lifestyle.
Music phase.
Yeah,
this is now a 21 Pilots podcast.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I can tell you all about them.
Oh my god, I love that. Is that what you're listening to before a match?
No, actually not really.
No?
I just since the concert I've really enjoyed them, so I've been looking more into the story and like the lore, like the story and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't think I listen to it before a match. But sometimes if I'm in the mood, then I might do. Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Because it's quite deep. So
yeah, to be fair,
I don't want to be thinking too much. Yeah.
So now that's out the way, it's very important that I asked you
It's
that.
important
Obviously.
Yeah.
So obviously you're England number one, which is, amazing. And you've been the number one for quite some time. You won the national championship 7 times. You're now on the same number of times as Jill Parker, who is our second guest on the podcast ever.
Yeah, I guess I don't really think about it that much. To be the same as Jill is, I think I said before, it's like an honour to be like on the same par as her. But I just hope to keep going. And it's not really something when you start table tennis, you're like, I want to win all the nationals. So I guess it's like a bonus and like added win, I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, when you started, so your dad played.
Yeah.
What was the story kind of there? Because I saw in an article somewhere that he wanted to call you Pong. So was it? So he wanted to call your brother Ping and he wanted to call you Pong.
Yeah.
So big table tennis family, fair to say.
Yeah. So he played throughout his life as well, and he used to play for Hong Kong internationally, and now he coaches me and like other players. And he did want me to call Pong because my brother's called Ping, so it would have been like Ping Pong. But my mum was like, no.
I think I'm on mum's side. But you've got TT.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got TT in the name anyway. So when you started playing, because you play pen grip, you've got pimps as well.
Yeah.
How did you kind of find your game early on? Was it always, did your dad play pen grip? Was it kind of him helping you with your style, or was that something that you kind of came to naturally?
So my dad does play pen hold, he coached me and my brother to play pen hold, and I actually started off with pimples on my backhand side, so I was playing like reverse backhand but with pimps, and then I can't remember if I changed to reverse both sides, but my brother used pimples on his forehand. And then I just copied him, basically.
You were like, that's working.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, I copied my brother a lot when I was younger. So now it's stuck, and now like my game sort of evolved from there.
Yeah. So what are the advantages of kind of playing with pen grip? Like, what's the differences in style that gives you?
I think sort of traditionally they say that pen hold grip has like more wrist action, so like short and service is like more advantageous compared to shake hands. I guess you also have like the options of doing 3 shots, like the reverse pen hold backhand, chop, like the other side, the chop block, and then forehand. I haven't introduced that into my game yet, but
is that something you want to?
I would like to sort of mix it off a bit. And then mainly just like more wrist. That's sort of the main advantage.
Yeah. I mean, seeing that you've just come from training today, can you give us a little bit of an insight into what you were doing today? What like going to these sessions is like?
So right now they're having the European Youth Prep Camp, so I kind of joined the sessions. Today it was more a shorter session. We just did footwork, and then we had fitness afterwards. I did a lot of forehands. We did Falkenberg. Then did individual. So today was more of a footwork day, but it changes day to day.
What's your favourite thing to practice in the training hall?
I actually quite like footwork. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, nice. What is it about it that you enjoy?
I think maybe because it's quite repetitive, and I like pushing myself physically in that way. But I do need to like remind myself to add in serve and receive, because that's like the main part of the game. But I do enjoy sort of that side of the training as well. Yeah.
When you're preparing for matches and big matches, would you say that you're more of like a planner or a pantser? Are you somebody that's like very strategic, and I know your dad has that board that he takes to competitions, or are you very much like, I'll figure it out when I'm there, like I'll figure it out in the moment?
Yeah, good question. I think a bit of both. I think, yeah, if I know the player well, I'd always try to watch them a little bit, but I would also try not to like overdo it and just watch a lot as well. So yeah, I try to have a few sort of points and then also be flexible, because it's about adapting in the moment as well, because you never know what will happen as well.
Yeah. Who are some of your favourite players to watch when you go abroad?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I like, yeah. I don't know. I like all the Asian players because they're so smooth. Like, I like Shin Yubin. I like Mima Ito because she's pimps as well,
she's cool.
And she's really fast. So, yeah, and a lot. Most all the top players I just enjoy watching.
Yeah, your game's really quick as well. You're quite like close to the table and attacking, I'd say. So it's always been. Is there any part of your game that you'd like to develop, or like, is there any part of your game that you're kind of like practicing at the moment that you'd be able to tell us about?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to make myself better, like all round, so that I can also play from like far distance, like middle and like close as well, and just to try to improve like my general quality as well, and yeah, try to mix it up, as well. So yeah.
I mean, you've just finished a doctorate, but that's been a big part of your life for like what was it, the past 4 years? Something like that. It's a long time.
5 years.
5 years even. Wow. So you were doing that alongside playing competitive table tennis. How on earth did you do it? Like, what was that discussion like when you first kind of? Well, first of all, what was that decision? You know, to decide to go and do something that academic. While you're also training for this, was it something you had to really think about, or was it something that you knew quite early on that I want to do this as well?
Yeah. It kind of changes. So I kind of knew I wanted to do something health related. And then my one of my best friends at school does medicine, and she kind of like inspired me to do it a bit. And I just thought it was like a perfect course for me, because I was really interested in like nutrition. I was thinking about physio, and then I was like, I could just do medicine and like hopefully learn as much as I can. So yeah, I think I decided that during like A-level time. But then, yeah, I think I'm always like at crossroads, like after every year, to decide like if I should continue and what to do. So I took a gap year after A-levels to play full time, and then so that was my plan, to play full time, see how it is. And then I went to studying, and then I took quite a few gap years throughout the course. So actually it's taken me maybe 7 or 8 years to complete the course actually.
Right, okay.
So yeah, I've been thinking about it almost annually.
Yeah, kind of like debating.
Exactly.
So what goes into those decisions then when you're at that like yearly point? What's the battle about? In your head?
I just remember always writing like a list, like not pros and cons, but just like of each side and why I want to do each one. And then it's also about sort of my schedule as well. So whether I can like take the gap year from medicine and whether I can finish it, and just, but I think I really enjoy doing both. So yeah, I tried my best to do both. So thankfully it's worked out.
Yeah. I mean, and it was good that you managed to get the support from the uni and also training to kind of make that happen. Was it just like a big sit down conversation? How did you get that balance basically?
I think so. Before I went to uni, sort of Alex Perry and like Kelly helped a lot with that. So I kind of had a plan going in that they'll be supportive, which was really good. And yeah, I think with table tennis, kind of I'm always like quite good at communicating with the coaches, so they always know like what's happening.
Tricky though, I imagine, like challenging moments, I'm sure, like I mean, just being tired and be like regulating yourself. Did you ever like, I mean, were there any tricks that you found to like help you get into different mindsets for work and then table tennis?
Maybe I'm still figuring that out.
That's fair enough.
But no, before training I would sort of try to like ground myself, because I work with a sports psychologist, and I did find that I was really tired like before training after a day of placement. So just try to like be like present in the moment before stepping into the hall sort of helped as well, and actually just taking more breaks as well. First year I was training like twice a day, like 7 till 9, and then like after uni as well, and I think I didn't burn out, but it wasn't that sustainable. But actually, I learned how to rest a bit more, which is
that's a skill. Actually, no, it is. It's genuinely a skill. Learning
Yeah.
how to take the time off and be productive with it, so that you can come back refreshed. That's a skill. Like I think, because you especially when you're doing something for such a long time, you just end up chugging along, and sometimes you don't even realise that you're burning out until you've had a moment to breathe, and then you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did when you were on placement, did the people that you were with know about your table tennis life? Like, did they really understand what it is that you were doing or how you were working?
It's kind of a mix because we change placements almost every week. So every week we're on a different ward. So I don't really want to go around and be like, oh yeah, I play table tennis. Yeah, it's just if it comes up. But some of my colleagues, my classmates, they're quite understanding. You get mixed reactions. Sometimes the doctors are like, you should just do it. Like, why are you here? And then some others sort of know like it's hard to like make it as well. So yeah, you get mixed reactions. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that ever kind of a something kind of going on in your head about it is hard to make it as a professional table tennis player. When we're talking to Jill, she kind of brought up how it's difficult to make money as a pro player. It's hard if you're not going abroad and all of these things. Was the medicine side of it also like a little bit of a fail-safe for you, would you say?
I think so, yeah. I think medicine, I viewed it more like a long-term thing after like playing. But actually my original plan was like maybe fourth year to like actually stop with table tennis.
Okay.
That was like my original plan.
Right.
But yeah, that didn't happen. Yeah.
What kind of made you change your mind on that?
I think maybe like after making Olympics Tokyo, and then actually after not playing so well in Commonwealths in Birmingham, it actually pushed me to like pursue it more as well. But I think just it's been part of my life, and I don't know why I thought I'd quit, to be fair. Yeah,
well, you had so much going on. I can understand the thought entering your head, of course.
It was more just like I thought I wanted to like do medicine. Like, I thought it was more of like, that. Yeah. Right. But I wanted to play table tennis as much as I could until like medicine takes over. Yeah. And in my head that was around fourth or fifth year, and then work. But that's not happened.
I mean, that kind of it's interesting because I remember watching you when you kind of was just starting to play for England. I can't remember, I think it was like a Spanish match or something. It's really weird. I've got I was like, you're not that much older than me, but I've got a bat with your signature on it. It's very fun. But it's strange because you were the baby coming in with Kelly and Joe Parker and all that, and now you're like the senior player. Yeah. You're like the babies are like your Ella Pashleys and Tiana Hughes. Yeah. So how was that dynamic changed? Are you a bit of the mum now? Like, do you looking after the younger? Like, I saw European qualifiers and things like that. It was a new team, and you were kind of the more experienced player in that team. So how is that dynamic?
Yeah, I think it's been nice actually. I don't know if I'm more of a mum because I feel like sometimes like the others look after me sometimes. So I don't feel like a mum, but
the mad ants. Maybe.
Yeah. But I think I try to like lead by example. I feel like I can be like a leader, maybe more than a mum. So yeah.
Sorry, mum is like not the right.
It's okay. No, it's just how I felt. And I felt like I was brought up really well by like Kelly and Joe. They looked after me really well, and even the others in the team like Hannah and Karina and Maria as well. So I think, and also when Maria was around, she was sort of the leader. So I feel like I've like tried to like fulfill her role a little bit.
Nice.
So especially at European qualifiers, usually she's the one like shouting the most on the bench. So I really, really tried to like do that as well. So yeah, I was lucky enough to have a lot of other players to help me through that.
Yeah. How does it feel like seeing some of the new ones come through and seeing them playing and seeing them in the position that you were in, a few years ago? Like what kind of advice would you give to those players that are kind of just starting that international journey?
It's really exciting. I really enjoyed European qualifiers. Like a young team and everyone was like really motivated and like really wanted to win. In terms of advice, I think just I don't know, you just keep going. Like if it's something you really want to do, just work hard, keep going. I did have some advice in my head before, but I've forgotten it now. That's all about the other way.
As soon as the microphone goes on, anything like productive you're going to say, it goes immediately. I completely understand.
Because normally my advice would be like hard work creates opportunities. That's been sort of my advice since like I was very young. So yeah, I think that's what I'd say.
What was the kind of like dynamic with your coaches, and has that changed as you've got older? Have you become more involved in your practice and in your training?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think before, it was more sort of the coaches sort of advise you a bit more, and now it's more individual. So you have to like think for yourself a little bit more as well.
How does your does your qualification ever play like a role in that? Like now having the doctor knowledge, the nutrition knowledge, all of that kind of thing, is that something that you use to help yourself?
I actually thought I would use it more, to be honest. But I think like the communication side of it has helped a lot. So at uni, just even like going up to patients, you have to like introduce yourself, and I found that really scary at first, but I think now I'm like much more comfortable doing it. So I actually think my communications skills have got better because of that, and that helps you like get far as well in life. So I think mainly that as well, and maybe more of a holistic approach to everything as well. So
I mean, you mentioned Maria and some of the other players that were with you when you were younger before. How important are those friendships and those team dynamics when you're going abroad, when you're you're with each other a lot? Like how do you kind of manage those relationships and staying friends and all of this? I mean, I imagine it's also a little bit of a self, I don't know how to put it, but you kind of have those friendship groups and things that you're part of as well. Like how important are those?
I think it's so important. I think even having like older players or more experienced players, they really push you a lot. And even in the moment, maybe this is for like the younger ones, but like you might feel like you're rivals with them, and you might feel like it might be intense, but then actually like it's so good for you. So maybe like try to see the positive side of that. So I feel like really grateful that I had all of those players. It's a shame, like, because I'm like already the oldest,
which is mad. Because you're so young.
But hopefully, as we all get better, like they will like, the bar will like push up more as well. Absolutely. So that the girls won't stop so early as well. I
mean, just bringing that up. I mean, we do lose a lot of girls around that stage. I mean, I don't know if you've got any insight into when you were coming through, when you were reaching that age, if other people were telling you how they felt when they would kind of leave the sport, or, why do you think that is that we, at that age, that we kind of lose some players?
Yeah, I think it is a tricky one. I think sort of life just like gets in the way a little bit, which is very understandable. Like you go to uni and then, you do want like a stable job and everything. So I'm not really sure exactly, but I think it is quite difficult, and I can understand as well.
I think it's also I don't know if girls or like young women are encouraged as much to have sport on the side in the same way that it's just kind of expected of, like, it's almost like a normal thing for like men to have like a sporty hobby, whereas I think for women, if it's not like your full career or anything, it's almost not as, I don't know, you don't have the time, you're not seen as it being a priority in your life, and maybe that it contributes a little bit. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to like pinpoint an exact reason, because I think everybody's just got their own lives and circumstances. But it's strange that it seems to affect women so much more than it does the men. But maybe that's just because there's so many more men that play. Do you ever like practice cross like gender and things like that? Do you practice with the lads and things like that? How do you find that?
No, I really enjoy playing with the boys. It's just fun. It's just fun because it's quite a different game. They play a lot more rallies, and they kind of a step a bit further and kind of swing a little bit more. So it's quite enjoyable. I always try and play with the boys if I can, and also girls as well.
Would you ever play, I mean, I don't know if you play in like any leagues, if you've ever played in leagues abroad or things like that. I mean, would you ever play in like the Prem British League or, something like that? Would you ever give that a go? Because I'd love to see that.
It's a different game. I played Championship when I was younger. So I played against boys then, or men then. I would consider Prem if I didn't have as many league options abroad. But because I've got quite a lot of options, I do think it's better to keep playing like women on the circuit as well. I think that's the big difference, isn't it? We don't necessarily have the women coming over that give you the women's matches as well in our Prem division. I'd love to see that change one day. Have some it'd be great to have some international women brought into like our top teams to give you those kind of matches. At least I find that quite exciting. That would be really cool.
It's time now for our tip of the week, and the tip this week comes from England number 8 and my pal in the commentary booth at Nationals this year, Mr. Chris Duran. Here's Chris's tip.
Hi guys, Chris Duran here. Somehow still England number 8, even though I'm slowing down quite considerably. My tip for the week is I'm here at the Knots 4-star today in the banded events, and not enough guys are simply just playing to the middle. You know, too many guys are playing cross court and they take on an aggressive switch down the line. Play with a little bit more net clearance, a little bit more spin, and try and find people's elbows more. You know, it's such an easy tactic that will win you 3 or 4 points a game. You know, I could go for more, but Chloe's, not paying my coffee rates enough, so, that's all I'm allowed to say. But no, simply, especially on the back end, if you're playing same-handed opponents, back right-handed to right-handed or left-handed to left-handed, that switch to the middle is not difficult at all, and it's probably the easiest shot that has the highest reward.
That's a great tip from Chris Duran. Thank you for doing that. I had to collar him at the Nottingham 4-star, so I really appreciate him taking the time to chat with me about that. Let's get back to Tintin. Commonwealth, you were on an All-England podium.
Oh, yeah.
I remember watching it. What was that like? You had bronze, silver and gold, All-England squad members.
Because I was quite young, so I think I just went with the flow. It didn't really occur to me it was such a big thing because it was my first Commonwealth Games as well. Okay. But afterwards, over the years, I'm like, oh wow, that was really special. So yeah, it was really nice to be part of that. Yeah.
When you're going into these big competitions, I don't know, how do you focus on the game? Because there's so much going on, especially with something like the Commonwealth where it's multi-sport and there's such a big buzz around it. Do you have a bit of a method for staying focused or staying in the zone, as it will? Yeah.
Usually during the big games, for some reason, I just feel more gratitude. So I think because it's such a big games and you're in the environment, I just feel trying to cherish every moment. So I think that does help me stay focused as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you missed out on Paris qualification. Yeah. Hard work. It's really tough when those things don't quite work out your way. What's the aim now? Is that giving you more of a drive to try and get to the next one? What's the plan going forward?
Yeah, hopefully I can. Yeah, I've got my eyes set on the next one as well. But my main aim is sort of just to improve my level, because I do believe my level can be really high. So it's just to see how high that can be. So yeah, it would be obviously really nice to make LA. But yeah.
And also World Championships.
Yeah.
Coming to London. Yeah. How exciting is that? It's going to be such exciting. A cool event.
Yeah, really exciting. Yeah, it'll be really cool, I think. Yeah, just taking it all in. Hopefully we'll be playing in a lot of matches.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, and it'll be nice to watch all the big guys play as well.
Yeah, what would be kind of your dream match? Which players would you love to come up against in that draw?
Yeah, I think it's always interesting to play the Chinese players. Yeah. So yeah, obviously it'll be nice to play Sun Yusha.
Oh my god, that would be
so you can learn a lot from everyone. So I think all matches will be good for us.
Have you ever played her before?
No, I haven't.
No, so it would be good to get that game one day.
Yeah, one day.
To challenge the top.
Exactly.
Yeah. To have the chance to see how you fare.
Yeah,
it's the ultimate challenge, isn't it? To play the number one, and she's so consistent and dominant she's not done the Olympics though. That's the one she's missing, isn't it? So I'd like to see her achieve that. That would be very, very cool. So at the Nationals this year, you were 3 games down against TAU, and then something changed and you were able to bring that back. Can you talk us a little bit through that game, about what your mindset was, and how do you regulate your emotions in that moment when it feels for some players it's over? What was your mindset in that moment?
Yeah, I think I felt like I was keeping quite a calm mindset throughout the game, even from level. So I don't know, I think I just kept trying different things, and for some reason my game wasn't executing. And I don't know, I think maybe after 3-0 I just told myself it's level again and then just start again, set by set. So yeah, honestly, I'm not really sure how but I'm very grateful that I managed to do it.
Yeah. Are you quite good at doing that in other matches, bringing it back from a few games down, keeping that steady head?
I don't think I've done it that often, but I think maybe because it was nationals, it was sort of a different. There was something else, but normally I don't. But I will start doing it.
I mean, you needed that seventh. You needed to max.
Yeah, exactly.
You were like, come on, we gotta get that seventh title.
Yeah.
But yeah, exciting match to watch as well. And I mean, noticing from watching it, you also kind of seem to slow down a little bit as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of those like slow spinny shots came out.
Yeah.
You were playing a little bit of a different game.
Yeah.
Like, is it easy? Do you find it easy to notice those things when you're playing, or do you need someone in the corner pointing out those differences, or are you quite like?
Yeah, I think maybe it depends, like, sort of on my mindset and what's going on in the moment. But yeah, I think that is also why I struggle, because normally I like to play quite quick, and then I think I was trying that, and then something switched, and I had to like play sort of outside like my normal game. So I think that was like really good to like adapt as well.
It's hard. I find it so difficult because I'll blink and it's like 10-0. And you don't always like, I think it's a skill to be able to notice in the moment.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
Yes, yeah.
Because it's so quick. It's such a quick game. It's such a difficult game mentally that to actually clock what's happening in the moment without watching yourself back on
it is.
Do you ever watch yourself back in matches?
Yeah, I'm trying to more. I've been recording sort of myself playing matches and training and stuff, and trying to watch myself back more,
Yeah, what do you look for when you're watching yourself?
Now I'm focused on like sort of body language. Because that's my focus at the moment, but also like I feel like technical things and technical body language. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
because I think a lot of people, a lot of people bring their cameras and their stands to tournaments, and then they'll film themselves, and then that file will stay on their phone.
Yeah.
So it's good to know kind of what, when they look back on their footage, what kind of things can they use that for? How can they like develop? So you use it for like, is it like your shots? You said body language as well.
Yeah.
What kind of body language things are you looking for?
So just seeing like how I react to like after the point as well, because I think that can like affect how you play as well. So that's sort of my focus at the moment. But also if you're recording yourself playing a match, obviously you can have a look at tactics and stuff. But so in terms of technical, I don't know, I just have like some specific things for my game that I just focus on. So
it's interesting about the body language thing. Because that does kind of affect your point when you're like, you can see it when I watch players and they're like, ugh, and that's it. They start to lose points from then on because their body language changed. So you're specifically kind of watching yourself for that. That's really interesting.
I think we call it sort of like behaviour analysis, like looking at your behaviour and things like that. Yeah.
Are you quite interested in the psychological side of this, like the psychological side of sport?
Yeah, definitely. It is my interest as well. So when I did medicine, I also had the plan to be like a psychiatrist. I was interested in psychiatry, so I've always been interested in like psychology, mental health, stuff. So,
that's really cool. I mean, we talk a lot about how like sport is like beneficial for mental health and things like that, and kind of. But I think it's quite different talking about how it impacts your mental health as a casual player and how it might impact your mental health as a pro player when the pressure is so different.
True. Yeah.
Have you got any kind of insights into how you've kind of managed pressure over the years? Because there's been a lot on your shoulders over the years, I think, being, the England player that I think is, probably the most recognisable at the moment. You've been the number one for some time now. How do you try to ignore that, or have you got some tricks for kind of managing that stress level?
Yeah, I think in the past it did like affect me a lot more, but now I think I've been managing it better. I think I just view it as like a pressure is like a privilege. It means that there's a reason why you have pressure. It means that you're good and like people sort of expect you to win as well. So I think I try to look at the positive side of things as well, and just focusing on what you can control. I'm sure a lot of people have heard this already, but just trying to focus in the moment, especially in a match. Focus on your game.
Focus on
the
ball, what's happening now.
Exactly, And also just trying to enjoy it as well. Yes. You kind of forget that as well,
Has it always been easy for you to enjoy table tennis? Has that been because obviously I can see now, you enjoy your game. You are like, you have always got a smile on your face, which is really nice to see. And I think it's nice for young girls to see as well, somebody at the top enjoying the sport that they're taking part in. Has that always been an easy journey for you? Is that something that, again, has changed throughout your career?
I think the time I didn't enjoy it the most was probably I was quite young, because I had a lot of training and I did feel the pressure as well. But then, my dad was quite nice about it. He just told me to like play one more day and see how it goes. So, yeah, but ever since then, I think I've been enjoying it quite a lot. But I don't know if it's because I've also been studying on the side. So like playing was more like not a treat, but something like I'd look forward to as well. So yeah, I think that could have also affected it as well.
Yeah. And now what's the best thing about being Tintin Ho today? What's the best what's the thing you enjoy the most about, you know, what you're doing now and what you know, the prospects, what's in front of you?
That's a good question. I think right now in this moment is like enjoying the freedom of being able to just like focus on my table tennis, focus on like fitness, because during medicine I didn't have time to go to the gym, which I really enjoy, and focusing on all of that stuff as well. And yeah, I get to like choose whatever I want to do, so that's nice. Like I can like read more, I can learn more about like psychology and things like that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Nice. So you're quite an academic person.
Oh yeah,
well.
Yeah. That makes it sound quite academic.
No, but it's cool. It's cool. I find it really interesting. I love like sports psychology. I've always been quite interested in that, especially when you're like, you can see it. I think like especially table tennis, there's something about like the emotions are so forefront.
Yeah.
That it's quite an easy sport to read. If that makes sense. Like people's emotions.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so fiddly and frustrating.
Yeah.
You can walk into a hall and you can see so many different kinds of personalities.
So
many different ways of handling pressure and different ways of, you know, you can see the people that are the planners or getting down ready for the next shot. You can see the people that like trying to pump themselves up. Like I don't know. I think it's an interesting one for psychology.
Yeah, I really like table tennis because I do think it also like brings out your personality, or it's like the best when you can bring your personality into it as well. I think I learned that from Paul Drinkle. But so
really?
I don't want to steal his quote, but yeah, I just think that's like really nice about table tennis as well. I don't know about other sports, but yeah, I just feel like your game can also suit you as well as a person.
You kind of bring yourself to the table.
Yeah, so it's quite nice. Yeah.
That's cool. What part of your personality do you feel like you bring to your table tennis?
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I did a lot of thinking. I don't know. Because I think my game is quite aggressive, but I don't know if I'm an aggressive person. So yeah, maybe that's just the side that I can be aggressive in. And I'm quite fast. I like to think that I'm quite fast as well. And I guess I like doing a lot of things, quite busy. So maybe that part as well. But yeah, I haven't figured it out completely yet.
I mean, I guess, you know, competitiveness maybe more than aggressiveness. That want to succeed and to play a game and have that like winning mentality maybe. Not necessarily that you want to like go out somewhere. To squaring up to someone in a pub. I can't see that being you at all. You've also had some great success playing doubles, both with Liam and also with Anna Percy as well. Do you train for doubles a lot? Is that something that you enjoy training for? Like, what's the difference between kind of just training for the doubles matches versus training for your individual matches?
Yeah, we haven't practiced too much doubles, but when we do play, I really enjoy it because it's just nice to have someone else like on the table with you, like as a team, and especially if you get along with them well. And it's quite fun because you can, I don't know, you have to like adapt to the game, and you have like more time to recover as well. So you can sometimes hit like a bigger shot and then you have time to recover. So yeah, I don't know, it's just nice, to like be with someone else as well.
I love watching mixed doubles. I find the clash of styles is so interesting. Like, I mean, how is it playing with Liam? You've played quite a lot with each other now. Do you know each other's game quite well? Like how do you? They say that like there's in doubles, there's always like an architect and a killer. There's someone that like sets them up, and then someone that. How do you feel like that works with you and Liam? Yeah,
I haven't played with him for quite a few years now. But when we did play, I think I would try to set him up because of my pimps as well. I try to like touch short or like maybe like push awkwardly, and then he can like kill the ball as well because he's got really good shots.
Yeah, because he's got the power to go through. So you'd use your pimps to kind of help set that up that shot, and then he can come in with the whack. What if you could like put one thing into people's heads when they first meet you about like what would you want people to know about you when they first meet you?
I don't know. No, it's a good question. I don't know. I think they can think what they want.
I like that answer.
They can make their own decisions.
They can make their own assumptions. You don't need to
Yeah.
telepath anything.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think I'll be happy with that.
When you first started playing as well, so I know that you went, even from a young age, you've played abroad and you've trained internationally. You did some training in China as well as a young person as well. How did you find that? Like as a young person, training in other countries. What were the differences in between playing in the UK at that age and kind of playing in China? Was it chalk and cheese? Like what was the big differences?
Yeah, there's quite a big difference when I went to China. I did enjoy it. So I went with Tom 1 year, and I like going with the team, but sometimes I go with my mum and my brother. Yeah, there is quite a big difference because every city in China, they've got quite a good team, and there's just a lot of players. So yeah, and they're all so good as well. So yeah, it is a big difference. Yeah.
Is it quite strange? I mean, obviously, we know that you're an amazing player here, and you're in the England #1, and then you kind of go abroad, and it's almost like you start over again because you have to get back up that ranking list another time. So being so high up in the rankings from a young age, and then going into the wider big world, like how did that sit with you? Did you like the challenge, or did you find it quite strange going from being the top of one list to having to start again at the next?
I think I was quite lucky that I started playing internationally since I was 8. So I was already introduced into that environment since a young age. So actually, I don't think I ever thought about it because it wasn't like I played because it took me a while to get to #1 in England as well. Yeah, because Kelly was always
of course,
which is good, which was great. So it was always a fight for both, which is really good as well. So,
you know that you had to work for both, and then because they're very young to be playing internationally. Do you remember the first international match that you did?
Oh, not the first match, but I remember the first tournament. It was Euro Minis, European Mini Championships. So yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
How many of those? I mean, were there players that were playing when you were that age that have kind of stayed with you as you've grown up? Like, are the same kind of players that you meet now at these tournaments?
So you did a podcast with Marie recently. So I actually lost in the final against her in under 11 or something, and I was so upset after that. So that's always stayed with me since.
Wow. Foundational.
But even though we're
rivalry.
we're I don't keep as much contact with her now, but we were really close at one point. So it's always all good
I
things.
Didn't even know that.
No, it's really great. Nice. So she sort of stayed with it as well, and also Audrey Zarif, it was in my year, and I see her at WTTs now still, and there's got to be some other players like Adina Diakoni. She's 1 year younger than me, but I saw her a lot when we were young as well. So it's nice that we're all still playing.
Do you keep in touch as well when you're away from the table? Even if you've got friends that are international friends that you meet up with every now and then, how's I know it's difficult because you're in different parts of the world. But have you got that? When you're in the hall, when you enter the hall, are there people that you seek out almost?
I haven't played that many WTTs recently, but so I lived in Austria for a year. So I lived with Linda Bergstrom. And Caroline Mischek was in the team as well. So we'll try to meet up outside table tennis. But recently, no, because I've not really been around so much. So
How did you find kind of playing in those teams abroad and doing that? Is that something that you enjoy, playing for leagues abroad and doing that kind of thing?
Yeah, I enjoyed living in Austria. That was really fun, and it was fun to be in a different environment. League abroad, I do enjoy it as well. It's nice to have a different challenge and things like that. Yeah.
Why Austria? Why was that where you went to?
I think I went there because I'm not sure the exact reason. I think maybe I just had some contact with them. Maybe I think Tressa Armitage, she played there as well, and some of the English players moved there as well. So I think it was just sort of opportunity arose, and so.
Wow. So I mean, we always kind of finish off with a question of if money or resources was no object. If it doesn't exist, you could do anything you wanted to kind of support young girls kind of coming through table tennis in England. What kind of things would you like to see? What kind of things would have helped you on your journey? What kind of things did you enjoy as you were kind of coming through? What would have made you excited to play as a young person kind of coming through that you think, if we could do anything that you'd like to see?
That's so hard. That's really hard. I really enjoyed sort of, but I guess this is more for like, it might not resonate with all the girls, but just like playing tournaments abroad with like a team. So if they don't do team tournaments now anymore in WTTs, but I really enjoyed like team competitions. So like European youth and things like that, and like having training camps abroad is like really good team bonding. And then and you just get like opportunities just to get to know your team better and get to like different adventures and challenges. Like Maria sort of has told you a lot about
There's
them.
some great adventures.
I think if we had the resources, maybe to build like a good team and have like training camps abroad, which they might already do actually.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, like that team building, that team bonding.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's difficult because we're almost in a bit of a transactional period. It feels like, where we have got like the young ones starting to come through into that zone. We haven't quite got the team unit that we did previously, but I feel like that, with the Europeans, it was starting to feel like that's starting to build up, and it'd be really nice to see some more of that, like just some going abroad, going to those camps, starting to build that like team unit again that you'd take to like the world champs and things like that you'd have that kind of core group.
And we're already having like training camps in Sheffield and stuff, so it is like it is good, and we are like building a team as well, so
that's great. Thank you so much, Tintin. You've been brilliant. And that's the end of the series, actually. This is our last podcast.
Really?
So, it's the last one. But we'll be back, hopefully, for a season 2 at the end of the year. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And with our last interview, this series of Serving Up Trouble comes to an end. But don't worry, if you've been enjoying this content, if you'd like to see more women's table tennis content, then I'm still going to be active on social media. So Facebook and Instagram, I'm going to keep going over the summer, posting all sorts of like from silly memes and things to kind of breakdowns of some of the tips that you've heard, some extra content from some of the episodes. And also there might be a sneaky new project on the way, which I'm going to kind of do as a bit of an aside to this over the summer. So keep an eye out for that. There's more on the way. There'll be some announcements within the next couple of weeks over what I've been up to and what I'm trying to build up. I want to give a big shout out to Jenny Leach at Table Tennis England and the Women and Girls Ambassador Programme, a great group of women that we try and meet up and we talk about ways that we can improve the visibility and make changes for women in this sport. And it's just a really lovely community, and I'm really thankful that the comms team have trusted me with making these episodes and putting them out and being able to put my own voice and my own spin on things. So I really thank them for their trust in me, and just the opportunity to be able to do a project like this. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Before we wrap up completely, we have to do our champion of the week. And our champion of the week this week is Japanese superstar Mima Ito. We've mentioned Mima a few times on this podcast, and she's often referred to as one of the greatest threats to Chinese dominance in the sport. Mima Ito has the highest win rate against Chinese players in the history of women's table tennis. She proved exactly how much of a threat that she presented at the Qatar Open in 2020, where she won 4-0 against Olympic champion Ding Ning. The third set, Mima Ito won 11-0, which was the first time a non-Chinese player had won a set 11-0 against a Chinese player. Her playing style entails heavy backspin shovel serves, short, fast, pimped backhand punches and deadly forehand smashes. I urge you to check out some of her games. She's a phenomenal player and I think a fan favourite in the table tennis community. And that's everything for this week. Thank you for listening, and please check us out on social media. That's Instagram, TikTok and Facebook at Serving Up Trouble, and listen back to some of the other episodes. If you've not listened to them all, there's some great episodes out there, so if If you haven't, please check the rest of them out. And if you've enjoyed the podcast as a whole, please leave us a review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts to help improve the visibility of the podcast and help us come back and keep creating content. Thank you all for listening. Bye.